Hello everybody, how are we all doing today? Hope we're all doing well. Why does the game sound so low today? So today, there we go. How are we now, Chris? What we're gonna do is, we're basically gonna finish this field off. I know that we started plowing it yesterday, or we didn't. I didn't start plowing it. Courseplay started plowing it yesterday. Just gonna finish it off by just cleaning up the corners a bit, where Courseplay missed. Then we're gonna maybe, probably, in fact almost definitely, come into the field with cultivator. Get this cultivated up and get it ready for seeding. We've been stuck shopping all day. I've been in bed all day. What's the plant textures I have? This is just the default plant textures from Oakfield, which are apparently custom. But I've been looking through the files for the last 2 days and couldn't find them, so I'll probably end up having a word with Oxygendavid and seeing how on earth to find these bloody things. Because I want to steal them. They are delicious, delicious textures. Hello, farming man, Martin, Rotherham, EJ. Rotherham is the best. Hello. What's going on? Not a whole lot. We're just doing a bit of post-Courseplay cleanup. Which, of course, is always the downside with Courseplays. It never gets everything just fully right. Just it mostly does things the way you want it to. Sometimes. It's treated nicely enough. Hello, Tunero. Palletizer's empty. That is good. That means the palletizer is finished. We can actually sell off the pallets today as well. Did cheat in money for something last night that I got rid of since. Do I have the more materials mod? No. Use my excavator trick as a thumbnail. Yes, and I'm very... I used that as a thumbnail because it was in just a brilliant picture. I did do a bit of photoshopping to it afterwards, but honestly I showed it to Landy and we kind of agreed that that thing didn't actually need to be photoshopped. I just wanted to. Because that is one of the best farm sim pictures I've ever taken. Hey, CD. In fact, I don't think there is a... Do you mean multi-fruit, Stan? Because if you mean multi-fruit, then it's in the map by default. I've never heard of a more materials mod. Then again, I don't usually go on the websites that would normally have them anymore. Post the pic of the D1000. Yeah, I saw that. Landy was asking what on earth it was, and I had to remind him. That is something that I think FarmSim needs, is an old style baler. There's a mod called More Materials. What does it do, Sam? Genuinely don't know. On Mod Hub. As in Giants Mod Hub. Oh wait, is that the one that has like dirt and sand and all that kind of junk? Because that, if that's the case, then no. No. Hey, Fen Farmer. I have certain standards that I expect mods to meet, and that just doesn't. Yeah, no. Why would I want? Why would I even want that? Asking bluntly, why would I even want it? Because once you buy the sand or the soil or whatever it is you want to buy from that mod, you can't get rid of it. It's stuck on the map forever. Well, what's more, it won't work with Oakfield anyway because They count as crop types, and Oakfield's pretty chock-a-block with crop types. Hello, Aaron, Finnish farmer. Can't do anything with it. Well, you can make a pile of dirt. Then, yeah, you can make a pile of dirt. Get 135. No. How about don't make demands? I don't get why people. Yeah, the only crop mod you should really have is like multi-fruit, or maybe like if you know how to script a bit, or add fruits, which I kind of do. I need to figure it out fully. You know, you add in another couple of fruits yourself, but as for like adding in dirt and sand, that's completely pointless. You can make it with, yeah, you can make it with manure, you can make it with wood chips, you can make it with compost. What does multi-fruit do? I can show you, Alex. Because if I go into the map here, you can see that we got wheat, canola, soybeans, potatoes, oilseed radish, grass, barley, sunflowers, corn, sugar beet, and poplars, which are all the default crops. Then we've got oats, rye, millet, and spelt, which are not default. Multi-fruit just adds in the ability to use crops that aren't in the game by default. Which is something that I really think the game should have by default. And it does kind of. Richard Hennigan? Yes. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you guys stay.
Hello, Dave. Dave there.
Good luck. What is it with people with strange names like Frederick Gravsate? Heenahan. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me, I appreciate that. I'll probably mispronounce it again, but you've corrected me. Yeah, no Janus, he was trying to correct me. It's my FPS. My game seems a bit choppy. It does, doesn't it? What's going on here? I see the problem. And it's not the game. Because if you look, the webcam is also really choppy. That is not ideal. Problem isn't Windows. The problem is XSplit. Possibly the fact that I'm trying to stream in 1080p, actually. Tell you what, I'm gonna stop the stream real quick. I'm just gonna pull up the BRB screen. I'm gonna stop the stream real quick. Dump the quality down to 720p. Are you gonna behave? No, you're not. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we should be vaguely back. I'm just having to fix other scenes while I'm here. Because I've had to swap versions of XSplit and it doesn't like it. That's not coming up. Why is this not working? Oh, because my phone's not connected to the internet. Why is my phone not connected to the internet? I need my phone connected to the internet. For this to actually work, I need to connect my phone to the internet. Come on. Now the thing's popping up. Sign in approved. It's that. Hello. Tim, thank you for joining the Discord, by the way, Tim Springer. Whoever you may be. Oh my god! Gotta do it again. Yes, it's really me, phone. That. Allow. We'll open this up again. That's all the scenes I'll need for today. Here's hoping it was actually the version of XSplit I was using and not something I've done. It'll be 30 seconds or so before I'll know. I'm just watching the stream. That seems to be a lot more smooth. That looks to be a lot more smooth. Yeah, okay. That's bizarre. Great tunes, thank you. That should... that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. You've been subscribed for a long time now, there's things you'd like to forget. Like what, Farming Man? I had to fold that, not turn it over. I'm just wobbling the blubbing... Come on. Fold. Do I use a different plow texture? No, that's the plow texture that comes with Oakfield. That's the default one for Oakfield. So I guess technically, yes. You'll never forget the cowbells. We're up. So that's really interesting. Bit of behind the scenes stuff here real quick. The version of XSplit I was using that caused all the jitteriness and weirdness is the public version. Like the full, this is supposed to be stable version. The version that I'm using now that's nice and really stable and seemingly has no issue with FarmSim is the public test release, which is a beta, which, in theory at least, is unstable. Beg to differ there. Am I going the right way? Yes. Because we're going to bring this plow down to field 13, I'm going to get this thing ready to go. On field 13, working with is what, 3.6. Gonna make it just 3 meters. Current vehicle position. So get Midlands after the fact. Bypass islands. Circle, please. I'm just glad there's not huge emojis in. Yeah, I'm glad too. It does seem to. I don't know if it's broken, but it's definitely unstable, which is kind of funny for the public stable version. Like I'm not going to complain too much because I do have the backup of the PTR, but it entertains me a bit that I'm having to use the unstable beta as the stable version, and the stable version as the unstable beta. Do I play on 1x time scale and speed up time if I have nothing to do? Yes. Like, to skip through nights, I will speed up time to, I think, 18,000 x. 18,000 times normal speed. Because I have... I think its game extension allows you to do that. So I just blast through nighttime, and it doesn't matter too much. 1x just allows me to do a lot more stuff during the day, and it's a bit easier for videos. So like when I need to bump time forwards, I can really bump time forwards. And I use creator tools to... because somebody's going to ask sooner or later today. Let's just get that there. One place I'm gonna try and... I angered it. I use creator tools to do this. And run around at Mac chicken speed. The first thing on the agenda is finding the first point. Which is... really interestingly, like halfway down the field. Oh my god, Courseplay, that is genius. Oh, this is the first time I've seen it with the new circle mode, and that is genuinely smart of you, Courseplay. I do want to make sure turning slope is 4 meters. And go to the first waypoint, please. I've never seen circle mode in action, and I love the fact that it starts halfway through the field. I had seasons on the save. Nope, never. That's genuinely impressed me. But this is one of the reasons why I have Mac chicken speed engaged. We have some other work to do. We've got the big boy ready to go. And we're going to use something that's maybe a bit small for it. How did I get Courseplay to go around the middle thing? I'm using the dev version of Courseplay, which I actually recommend now. Sim does have a video on how to... Simulate does have a video on how to install the dev version, how to get it. It is, in theory, unstable, and may well break things, but it does now have a circle mode, where... occasionally decides it doesn't want to do the work that it's supposed to do. I'm gonna have to fix this several times because it's only put 3 headlands down here, so that's gonna be fun. Back to the quad track. We're off to field 34 with this thing. Do more headlands. Can't! Circle mode's decided 3 headlands is all it needs. Which is dumb, because if I tell it to do 6 headlands, it should do 6 headlands everywhere. We're off across the map with the quad track today. Which I haven't used much in FS17 in general. So I kind of think it's nice to use the quad track again. I haven't actually used this thing much since FS15? FS13, I think. So it's a nice change of pace to have the tank out. The big boy. And the Magnums should eventually figure out what on earth it's supposed to do. I'm just glad that I didn't try and courseplay that field now. So what we're doing is we are heading over to field 34, and I'm not teleporting over there for once. I'm gonna drive over, and we'll get cultivating over there. And don't forget to, yeah, don't forget the like button. Yes, don't forget the like button. And if you're new, you haven't done so already, or if you're old and you haven't done so already, or if YouTube's decided to unsub you for some reason, feel free to subscribe if you want to. Squad Track, the longest lasting vehicle without being removed in Farm Sim. Do you know what, farming man? It might be. It might be. Forgot to hit the like button. That's why I remind you. It's not like me begging for likes. It's because I do it. I legitimately forget to press like sometimes. So I'm not begging for them. I'm just giving friendly reminders to people like me who forget things. I hit the Hanzuki. If you're wondering why I'm calling that thing the Hanzuki, there's a Suzuki badge on the front. It is in fact a Suzuki Vitara. However, if you look at the wheels, it's got Honda wheels on it, so it's a Hanzuki. It has a bit of an identity crisis. One downside of the quad track is it does tend to be a bit difficult to drive. So the Magnum has been going for a while now without having crashed into anything. It's about to hit something, I know, but... Hello, Liam. Let's be glad it hasn't hit. I would have so many lawsuits for worrying on Farm Sim. Oh, I would be broke constantly if I had to pay things. Just got a new PC now, you can play Farm Sim with no lag. Nice. There is jitteriness again. I'm noticing. It's either jitteriness or I'm just seeing the game at 30 FPS and getting confused. And I'm not sure which it is. And the Magnum is after hitting a tree. Okay. There's an easy solution to this problem, and you clearly didn't figure it out. Ta-da! Let's do the last couple of lanes. Actually, let's try a 1 meter turning circle and see how confused it gets. Back to the quad track though. I could, but I don't want to. Do you know what? In hindsight, this is probably way too small for the quad track. But we've made our decision. Or I've made my decision. I am cultivating with the... Oh, good lord. This thing's cultivating at 20 Ks. Uphill. This is going to be silly, isn't it? This is going to be incredibly silly. Why am I cultivating after plowing? Because I want to. Do I now need a reason to cultivate? Do I now need to have a reason to cultivate as well as plow, and as well as, you know, do anything else that I want to do in this game? I'm playing it the way I want to. I want to cultivate. Deal with it. Hey, Frederick. Apparently you're not meant to drive more than 4 miles in quad tracks. The roads get very hot and can be easily damaged. I can see that. It's probably like you're not supposed to drive any more than 4 miles on a road. Which I definitely didn't do. This map it's near impossible to actually drive 4 miles on the roads. Because the ground, I would imagine, would provide some cushioning and actually, oddly enough, cool the rollers down because it would get into them. Hello, Martin's Photography. Yeah, I have kind of overdone it on the tractor here, haven't I? I'm kind of half thinking of getting rid of the quad track entirely. But I'll be honest, I tend to use this thing on the baler off camera. I might still get rid of it and just hire it in off camera. Yeah, I think the most logical thing to do is this. We use the T6 should be able to do it. I find it hard to build an articulated tractor, so do I, but I mean it's the most powerful tractor I have, so I can actually bale uphill. There we go. Something is making my computer very unhappy. Hey, Big Shack. Or the stream itself, I'm not sure which. But I have noticed that it has been very jittery the last few days. Don't think that I haven't noticed that. Because it's annoying me. Apparently I hit something while I was tapped out. Could it just be YouTube derping? It could be, but I can rule that out very easily by changing some settings. It should, in theory, figure itself out. I don't have the classes area at all. I like this area and I just don't have it. That's, I think the best answer I can give. There we go. This is much, what's my Discord name? It's RainbowDave. If you want to join the Discord, Big Shack, discord.me/RainbowDave. Do I use Courseplay with item detection? Yes. Do I have a link for it? Not handy, but if you go on to GitHub, if you search Courseplay GitHub, You should find it pretty easily. Yeah, my Discord don't expect your name to remain the same constantly. So comically, we're back up to 450,000 because I've decided to sell the quad track. I'll probably use the Valtra on the Cedar because this is a bit of a hilly field. I might actually even use the Magnum. "32 likes in 36 minutes. That's not bad. See if we can get GPS wanting to work, because I think I forgot to turn it off on the quad track, so it might not be too happy. It does want to work. So yeah, this is much more sensible speed for cultivating, he says, getting up to 20 k's again, but downhill this time. You might notice as well we're cultivating across the plowed stuff. That kind of makes sense to me. We got snow, yes, there, can't see outside right now, but when I was downstairs making myself some food, there was snow on the ground. Anyone else gonna stream today? I have no idea. I know Landy's not. I know Sim's not. After that, I don't know. Chris might if you ask him nicely enough. About 2 inches. It was long. It was. I don't know how much we got, but it was enough to poke out of the Magnum slipping. Oh! The Magnum figured itself out! The Magnum figured itself out. This thing needs 4-wheel drive lifts. Think VF is... okay. I'll probably be, I probably need to record after the stream, so I'm going to go until, seeing as I started pretty much 6 o'clock, I'm going to go until 8 o'clock tonight, and then I'll go record, and then I'll make some food, assuming I don't get handed a toasted sandwich again. Is MAG... who on earth is MAG? Any work on the map? Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't do any last night because I was doing off-camera work and actually tidying my room, so the wheel will return actually probably for tomorrow's video. Because I found everything I needed to, I'm going to be toddling around. I need to get like a doorstop or something so they don't spin around. Mark Armstrong, no idea. My guess would be probably... See, when I see MAG all in caps, I think Kevin Magnussen because I'm a Formula 1 fan. Or Jan Magnussen because I keep getting them mixed up. You're not gonna get anyone taking straw into the sofa. Interesting. I am making a map. I've been making a map for the last 2 years. In fact, there's pictures of it in Discord. Have I got any snow? Yes. I honestly don't know if it's ever going to be released. Because if it's not done by basically like the release of FS19, which I'm actually going to give a couple of months before, if it's not done by August, I'm probably going to say that it's just going to get dropped and I'll make a small map for FS19. Because I've learned so much, and I'm, you know, I know the basics of GE now. What bitrate am I streaming at? Hang on, I just tabbed out to check something. Just out of curiosity. Can I up this to that? Live. I can. That should stop the wonkiness. Or at least cut it down. And it has! We don't know what GE changes they'll make for 19. Yeah. But the changes they made for FS17 actually made things a lot easier for mappers. Hello, Yanis. Well, other Yanis. Am I playing on PC? Yes. I don't own a console. I could TMCC, yes, but I'm not going to. Same reason Bullet Bill's not converting the West Coast, or Coldborough. Same reason Oxygendavid is not converting any of his maps. Oakfield might, like, that's not decided yet, but Thornton, Sandy Bay, Chellington, rip. They're gone. Officially, anyway. There's always going to be some fool who decides to convert them badly. But the simple fact of the matter is, like, converting maps tends to cause problems, and I'd be much happier just starting from scratch, because then I'd have less problems to try and solve. Hello, Piotrek. But Sandy Bay has fulfilled its time in the spotlight. You know, hundreds of thousands of people have enjoyed Sandy Bay, if not millions, and it's time for it to retire. Same with Coldborough in its current form. Now the upside of this is that all the Frontier modding team's maps from now on are going to be built to the same standards as this thing, as Oakfield. That's the best map I've played so far. Oakfield, definitely technically Oakfield's the best map. In terms of, like, personal preference, that's all down to you. But Oakfield, for sure, is I think I'm willing to say the best map for farm sim ever, technically speaking. Because Oxygendavid has worked wonders with what he's actually managed to get going on this. The West Coast was originally for FS15 TMCC. It was going to be released, but Bill just spent too much time on it. He didn't get it finished in time, so he converted it up to 17, and then he decided to convert Cobra, which gave him so many problems that he spent a lot of time on Cobra, and then had to return to the West Coast and got it to the state where it released. And Lone Oak Farm, his new map, I can tell you, is kind of him going to a new level. You do it in the morning. Andrew, if you're on console, odds are you won't be able to play it in the morning. Obviously, it's a PC only currently. Giants are still testing PC. Who do I think is the best map maker? It's really a bit of a coin toss between Oxygendavid and Bullet Bill for me. Both, like, in terms of the style of maps they make, and the fact that you know I talk to both of them, so I guess I'm kind of biased here towards not naming one over the other. But really, like, it was but a bill for the longest time because I didn't play any of Oxy's maps. But now that I started playing Oxy's maps, it's really kind of really close between the two of them. They're just kind of one-upping each other constantly. And I can tell you, Lone Oak is going to one-up Oakfield. It's going to... you know, it's an American map, so it's going to be very different, but it's going to one-up Oakfield. In terms of certain aspects of map making, and they're kind of making... They're just constantly nudging the bar further up for, like, what the best map is. Yeah, Tommy, that's the thing, is like, some people would prefer the layout maps and some people would prefer the technical maps. I'm kind of somewhere in between. It's like West Coast I do love. I think the layout of Oakfield is really nice as well. The fact that, in essence, it's a spine road going the length of the map. So no matter where you're going, you get onto this road. And then some kind of feeder roads that bring you to pretty much every field. Good diplomatic answer. That's the honest answer, Bill. That's the honest answer. I really couldn't decide between you and Oxy as to which one of you is my favourite. Although, just for the fact that you work out of a chest of drawers, it might be you that impresses more. Not a chest of drawers, a shelving unit. You're up to creators of Seasons of Farm Sim devs. They are not. They work closely with Giants, obviously, to get it onto console, but they are not employed by Giants. Other than Bob and Oxygendavid, who is my favourite? Do you know, probably just because he makes some really good American maps and there's so few people who do this. It'd probably be LLD Farmers. You know, I could say Dusty, I could say Lancy, I could say so many different mappers, but just because there's so few good American map makers out there, or makers of American maps, I should probably say, because I think NLD farmers are Dutch. I'd be willing to say NLD, because they do something nobody else does, to a certain extent. Now, if you ask me who makes the best tractors and models and mods like that, that goes to Matt XGS. I know he's only brought out the T-Dub so far, but his DLC is going to be amazing. He knows what he's at. I think he scared Giants a bit with how good his T-Dub was, from what I've been hearing. And Keith Bridges, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Badass. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hey, Jack. How's it going? It's going well. I've run out of coffee, though. And I don't have any water, so this could be a fun stream. But MaxJS is probably one of the best. Actually, I'm not going to say probably. He is the best for making models and in-gaming and getting his mod up to Giants level, if not maybe a bit better. So like his DLC when it comes out March 29th. Correct me if I'm wrong with the date there. His DLC when it comes out will be a Giants DLC. It will be Giants quality. You will get the exact same quality from Matt as you will get from Giants. In fact, you might get a higher quality. So that's a DLC that I'm actively going to promote. Also, you might have noticed that I took a really diplomatic answer saying somebody other than myself for favourite mapper other than Oxygendavid and Bullet Bill. Black Sheep are way better than Giants. Is that a joke, Adam? Who would I say is the best FS17 YouTuber? Controversial answer here. Useless Farmer. He comes up with so much that nobody else can even think of. And he does so much after the fact. I know he doesn't upload much as a result, but the quality of his videos and his ideas are just so far ahead of anybody else on YouTube, and he doesn't have the subscriber base he deserves. That man should be as big, if not bigger, than Daggerwin. Plus, he's a genuinely nice guy. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to Matt briefly, well, very briefly, but I really don't. Yeah, he's a cool dude, but it's just the quality. Hell, if BM modding were at his level, and they were in FS13 and FS15, then they decided to bring out their own DLC, which is kind of junky, and you shouldn't buy until the patch comes out, which they're promising lots of new features, but I haven't seen anything about bug fixes. When will Mad XGS DLC come? March 29th. And that for me, I am buying that for me. I'm gonna play with that DLC for me. There is no... And I'm not even speaking as RainbowDave, I'm speaking as, like, off camera. I'm gonna play with this stuff. Because that is the kind of farming stuff that I want in game. The classics, the 80s, 90s, you know, UK stuff. So obviously you'll be seeing it spammed in videos. If you want Deluxe Edition... I don't know what Deluxe Edition is. So I can't answer. Matt's DLC. Matt's DLC is the old. Yeah, it would be that one, Jag. The old British and Irish style equipment. You've also got FSI team who may or may not release a DLC the same day. I honestly have no idea, but there's concerns. I definitely have concerns about whether or not they're going to be able to get it up to the standard that's going to be required for a commercial product. Nobody seems to know about too much contest DLCs. That's intentional from Giants. They've got NDAs on both teams. And Giants aren't hyping them because I can tell you why, Glencar. It's because they've had the bright idea of bringing out the Ropa DLC 2 weeks before. And quite bluntly, if you can only afford one more DLC for Farm Sim, get Mats. It's going to be so much better. Yeah. Is it confirmed that we will actually get a DLC from FSI? Because that's going to be something I'll buy for the channel. Not for me. Which Giants to test Oakfield on console? From what I understand, Tim, console tests take a bit longer because they're a bit more in depth. And Matt will be getting, I believe, a cut of the sales. A small cut, but he will be getting a cut. Plus, Demo, or 34. You do want to pay if it goes to Giants, because if you pay and it goes to Giants, it means Giants will have more money to get more licenses for FS19 or FS21 at this point, or maybe even DLCs. So you actually do want to give money to Giants, because The more money giants have, the more likely it is that, yeah, you will deal. Thank you, Bill, for confirming that. Yeah, Mac will be getting a cut of sales from the DLC. So, if you want to help him out personally, get it. I'm going to get the FSI one as well. But Matt's one... Heck, I might buy a few copies and do a bit of a giveaway. I don't know. It's one of these things where I'm tempted. That'll never happen. The thing is, Alex, this is something that maybe people don't realize. It's unlikely right now, yes, but FarmSim has sold somewhere in the region of 7 million copies now across PC and console worldwide. So there is going to... Like, the more copies FarmSim sells, the more pressure gets put on the likes of John Deere in class to say, oh, hang on, this thing would be a really useful marketing tool. Because we can put in the stuff, like what New Holland did by putting in their entire T-Series. We can put in the stuff that we want to move. We can put in our cultivator, we can put in our new mower, we can put in our, you know, W3, well, the W330 is a Russell Nash, it's technically already in the game, but we can put in the 690i, or S760 or whatever. We can put in our newest harvester, we can put in this, we can put in that, and people can see it, and, you know, drive it virtually, and give it a virtual test drive and whatnot, and see how it looks. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if Agco have seen an increase in sales from it being in FS17. Because people, you know, it's brand exposure, and John Deere, maybe he doesn't need that right now, but over time, you never know. They might decide that FarmSim is a good idea. New animal type, you doubt that. Farming man, new animal type is horses. I'm not kidding. Have I looked into pure farming? That's looking nice. I have looked into it. And, I looked at the PC Gamer write-up they did, and I looked at the GIFs they had, and I watched a couple of videos of gameplay. It's a company that's done zero market research. It's a company that is used to making AAA titles and marketing AAA titles, so doesn't know how to market to the audience that they actually want here, which is the, you know, FarmSim players. If you've noticed, Dagger One doesn't have a video of the, you know, press release version or whatever it is. The press have been playing, Gatterall's been playing, all these people. Sorry, I've dropped something. You know, Sim, as far as I'm aware, doesn't have it. I'll probably be talking to him later so I can verify this. Landy definitely doesn't have it. I don't have it. I mean, they're doing so much wrong. He does. Alex, did he put up a video today? Because last time I checked, which was yesterday, he didn't have a video up in the last several months of pure farming. He put up one a few months ago, yes, but he doesn't seem to have the new version for whatever reason. They give it to a random channel that does mainly sim racing. You know, and they've got yeah, it's a game that does have sheep, to be fair, if you pre-order. Video put up 4 hours ago. Okay. The Germany preview. Ah, that's... Yeah, I haven't been awake for 4 hours, never mind had time to check YouTube or check Daggerwin's channel. Daggerwin's channel is something I check every few days out of curiosity. But here's the thing. That Germany map that Daggerwin was previewing, that's a pre-order bonus. You buy the game on release day, you don't get that map. You buy the game 2 months after release, you don't get that map. You don't get sheep. Hey, agriculture guy. What they should have done, like Anna said, is look at Farm Sim and look at what people are complaining about, and then made a game based on that. What recording software do you use? To stream, I use XSplit. To record, I actually use OBS. Which sounds strange because I use broadcasting software to record, but I do. It's just the way that I'm used to doing things. I've got OBS set up perfectly to record, not so perfectly to stream. Although I might migrate over to it eventually. Sell pigs for meat, sell lambs for meat, sell calves for meat, sell cows for meat. There's so much you sell OBS to stream. OBS is probably better for streaming than recording, yes. Most people like Simulate, like Landicay. In fact, most people who stream to YouTube actually do use OBS. I use XSplit because I got a permanent license. What am I eating? Chewing gum. I like the minty freshness. Is this? Yeah, it's the same reason the Indians think it's weird, or people from India think it's weird to eat cows. They don't. They just don't over there. Hello, Kaden. Kaden. We hope to bring in new brands and bigger, better in-game trucks that can actually pull a trailer with every weight. New brands are coming. They seem to be losing. I'm 90% sure at this point for myself. I might be wrong. I kind of hope I am. Seems like JCB are leaving FarmSim. Zetter may also be, and Faye's going to be completely broken over that. But I'm sure there's something coming that hasn't been officially announced. That, you know, it's going to be a mid to large size brand. I'm hoping Kubota or Class I'd be perfectly happy with, because I actually do like the majority of what Class has to offer. There's no tip. Yep. Go cabin view. There you go. I will get my track out running again and get all that kind of stuff set up in the near future. Actually, possibly after the stream. So I would like to do an in-cab video. Be interesting. That's it, like, that's why I want Kubota, is like, Kubota would open the door to orchard farming, which myself and Landy kind of have a campaign to get orchard farming into FarmSim. And also there is a campaign called Stop the Cement, where we are trying to convince giants that FS13 traffic is the way to go forward, because the current cement block traffic is stupid and makes no sense whatsoever. Also, we want to be able to bring traffic into fields and watch them pathfind their way back to the roads again. If JCB go, there'll be plenty of JCB mods, but like, the flip side of that is, if JCB go from licensed, it means the console guys can't have their fast tracks, which that's going to have some complaints, and I think I think there's going to be a lot of complaining towards the start of S19 and the first 6 or 7 months of it from people who are used to having JCB mods on console who suddenly can't anymore because they don't have the license. And these people maybe don't realize this yet, that licenses expire. It's not a permanent thing. Agri mods. Ooh, I must check that whip topic out then. Need to check FSUK more for the whip topics. Think farm sim should make a system like Google to get tractors and maps. They do. It's called the Mod Hub. Yeah, but it might be. And I don't think the brands put money into the games themselves. It might be. And this is the cynical part of me thinking. Might be the Pure Farming just offered them a briefcase full of cash. More than what Giants can afford. So they said, well, okay, we'll take the money. Your New Holland will be licensed for FS19. It will be. Or it should be, at least. I would doubt New Holland would leave. They've been with... Case New Holland Group has been with Farm since at least FS13. And they've been kind of an anchor partner for a long, long time. If anybody leaves, it'll be the Deutz group, which I can't remember what the name of the group is, but it'll be Deutz, Herdeman, Lamborghini, that kind of group would be most likely to leave, I think. Case New Holland have been kind of upping their ante since AGCO came in, which is nice. But we won't find anything out until June. We won't really find anything really interesting until June. I mean, that's when E3 is. That's when Giants will start making proper announcements. That's when we'll see the first "this is totally real" gameplay trailer. Which, to be fair, the FS17 trailer was reasonably close to what gameplay looks like. But the thing is, with that gameplay trailer, we'll know or have a good idea of what brands are going to be in. Some brands leave, other brands will step in. Absolutely, that's what always happens. Is Andy streaming tonight? No. Like, Fent were in FS11. And they left for FS13, which probably in hindsight was a dumb move. Because they left at the period when FarmSim was becoming a bit of a powerhouse. And it would maybe have benefited the brand so much to be in it. You'd like Landini to be in it. That might negatively affect FarmSim, because Landini, as strange as it sounds, Landini, McCormick, that group there, they've kind of got a reputation of being in the bad games. You know, they're in Farm Expert, they're in, I think they were in Real Farm, they're in Pure Farming. They were in Professional Farmer. They've got a reputation of not being in the good games, so that might actually damage FarmSim if Landini were announced. Or the Landini group. I called William around police officer 19 and I just... Wow, was it that long a deal they signed? I mean, I think it's smart of Agco to sign that long of a deal. Or smart of Giants, at least. Strikes me as a bit strange that Agco would want to sign such a long deal. I think somebody else has just gone live. With that Challenger and Massey's will stay. Challenger won't stay, Richard. Challenger's gone. Officially. Challenger in Europe is no longer part of Agco. In fact, it doesn't exist. See you, Bill. Enjoy. Have I missed something here? Somebody has gone live that I should be aware of. Hey, COD World War 2. I need to figure out what's causing the jankiness in the streams. Hello, NI. And Tig as well. What else lighted you off? Interesting, because the numbers have been steadily declining as if somebody else is live. Just gonna have a quick check on my phone. So I'm subscribed to most of the big farm sim channels, so I can check this real quick. It's hardly that. Oh, it might be. Oh, it probably is. Okay. I'm good. How are you doing today, Cop? We're almost done cultivating this field. We got if Case skid steers were in the game. Do Case make skid steers? No. Case make skid steers? All the other people live are not English speakers, only Russian. There is one that I think it might be Farming Man. Because I just had to check on my phone. I think I know who's live that is. So there's new one. I did not know this. I should have, because I've seen Case skid steers. I am a fool. Welcome back to MCC. Just gonna be efficient here. What I could do. I'm trying to play bar and see, but you can't hook fish coming up on the long line. Are you being bad at that mini game, NI? Because that mini game is really difficult at first, and then you kind of get your eye in on it, and it becomes really, really simple afterwards. Like, it's a mini game you get used to real quick. Because there's a timing trick that you can use. You're confused and feel stupid. That's how everybody starts off, and then you'll figure out the mini game and the timing you need, and you'll get perfect almost every time. I used to have the quad track, yes! I sold it. I think so, Quick Cubed, and could somebody delete Quick Cube's message because... Thank you, Matthew. Cascader in the construction brand. Oh yeah, that'd be a thing, is like it's technically a different brand. Aaron O'Connor, I've told you once today already. You've been timed out for this once today already. Don't make demands. Now it's up to the mods whether you get timed out or banned. Quite frankly, I don't care either way. But in fact, just because you asked me to get one... in fact, you didn't ask, you demanded. Just because you demanded it... There we go. Sold me, Massey135. There we go. That's better. I'll buy it back later, but I will actively do the exact opposite of what people demand. If it's possible. Well, technically is a demand, farming man, but it's more kind of a, here's a stupid thing you can do. Which I don't mind too much. Hey, Sian. You can't tell I've got a low tolerance for nonsense today. To do most days, but particularly low today. What's my least favorite tractor brand? Controversial answer here, John Deere. They don't make tractors that are particularly better than any other brand. They rely on just their name as their marketing. They don't really do any promotional work. They overcharge for everything. You know, you need a John Deere part, you're paying through the nose because it's got that damn deer on the front. And I mean, everything they do just is... Like, they're a well-run company. I applaud how well-run John Deere is as a company, because they make... You know, that name is basically just a license to print money for them. But they don't do anything that's kind of worth me saying, oh, John Deere is good. What's more, you have to go to an official John Deere dealer to get anything done to your John Deere, because John Deere like locks away everything behind walls and walls and walls of nonsense. New Holland are nearly as expensive in terms of your initial purchase, but I would guarantee you that over time the New Holland will be a lot cheaper because you can actually buy parts for the damn thing. Hello, Jake. What's my most favorite tractor? Massey135. Specifically the 135. I'm not gone on most modern tractors, to be blunt. Let's be honest. They're dull, samey, and don't really look like tractors anymore. Yeah, anything that requires you to go to their people to get something done to your vehicle. No thanks. What about tractor brand? As much as I just said I don't like modern tractors, JCB because I love the fast tracks. They're different. They're not just another one of these tractors that look vaguely similar to each other, maybe with a couple of detailing differences. They look nothing like a tractor. They look nothing like any other tractor out in the market. I applaud JCB for actually having the gall and inventiveness to be different. Instead of just making another tractor in a different colour. I got combines, forage harvesters, class. I love the Lexions. I love the Jaguar. Saw forestry fast track once. My favourite fast track, to be fair, is actually the 2140, the old fast track. The one that just looks like a brick with some wheels attached. I love that thing. What tractor do I want in FS19? I'm not going to say a specific tractor. I'm going to say I want to see more classics, more old stuff. I'd love to see more stuff from the, the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because there's just too much. Everything in farm sim is too new and too clean. You might notice that a lot of the mods I have are much the same because it's almost impossible to find a good classic mod. But I do have the T-dubs, which apparently the MR version I have, they're hilariously wrong. But hey, why not? The center of gravity is just ridiculous. It's underground by about 5 miles. But do you know what? I love the T-dub. It is a fantastic tractor, and I love tractors like it. I like the 8340 as well. The starter New Holland you get, starter tractor you get in Goldcrest. I think that's a fantastic starter tractor for a map. Yeah, I know JCB's huge in the construction industry, Martin. Any backhoe in Ireland is called a JCB. Regardless of whether or not it is a JCB. Some old Russian tractors, they'd be nice, I guess. I don't see that happening. Yes, yeah, I'm with you there. I'd love to see Class in game just for their harvesting equipment.
Hello, Dave. That Dave. Dave there.
Sundrivagen, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Badass. Hope you enjoy your stay. Most of the late 80s, 2010. 2010's too recent, like late 90s is kind of my cutoff. Even for equipment, like I'm gonna use CD Models D1000 baler here as an example. That thing that came out in 1991 was made up until 1999-ish in slightly different forms, but same basic shape and same basic function because it's a square baler. It looks like a baler. It's big and bulky and blocky, and the ramp at the back was operated by a bolt winch. And like that's the kind of agriculture stuff that I love, is like even when manufacturers decide, well, the best solution to this is just to improvise with a bolt winch. Because that's agriculture. It's like improvising is the heart of it. It always has been. See, he made a better. He's making one at the moment. I think he says it's going to be PC only. T6000. I wouldn't mind a T6000. Granted, the T6000 is just the T6 before it was called the T6. John Deere comes to farm sim. If John Deere actually went to farm sim, you would see very little other than John Deere in the game. That's my problem, is they have this fascination with being the only brand. Like any game that has John Deere or in the past, or has had John Deere, has had only John Deere. Hey UK Simon, how are you doing? I'm doing good. We're having a talk about tractor brands and I'm complaining about them all. The D1000... No. TMCC, the Mikhail is different. The Baylor CD is making us a New Holland D1000, which if you Google it, it's a Baylor shape that there's not much of in Farm Sim. And I really feel like there should be more Baylors like that. John Deere made, I think, 2 games. Speaking of New Holland here, and tractors being a bit wonky, MR, this is not how hills work. This is... decidedly not how tractors work on hills, MR. This is not more realistic, this is much less realistic. I've never seen a tractor have to lift a cultivator in the middle of a field because there was a slight bump. Mikhail would be a lovely brand. It'd be nice to see that in Farm Sim. Or, being a bit selfish here, Abby. I'd love to see Abby in Farm Sim. Is MR in the giant spot up? Yes it is. I actually need to update my MR. It's vastly out of date, so I need to update and just get it working a bit better. The oldest tractor is a 40-year-old McCormick International. Oh, back when McCormick was part of International, wow. Add more Irish brands. It'd be nice to see Giants do that. Ireland isn't the biggest market though, so they probably won't. Nice to see Lellywell. Yeah, I'd love to see. Like, here's the thing: is like the Baylors that came with Farm Sim 17. Lely make a continuous round baler, and Giants completely ignored it for some reason. Is it a T1000? No, a D1000. As in Dave. D as in Dave. The T1000 would have been, if New Holland never made it, a tractor. The Magnum is slipping again. The Magnum has become confused, probably by a tree. Let's see what's confused the Magnum. What are you even doing over there? I don't even know where you're supposed to be. What are you doing? Oh, is it confused and doing the circle thing? Yes. Let's figure something out at least. Oh, I see where it's supposed to go. It's actually supposed to be here doing this pass. And that's gonna toddle off across the field. Just start working here and... Whoa! Okay, stop. Let's get you working in a logical way, Magnum. because that turn would never work. There we go. I have to do quite a bit of cleanup after this, but it's working in a semi-logical manner now. Hello, Frankie. There's a reason I prefer cultivation over plowing. Yeah, but I like the plow texture, so I don't mind plowing on this map too much. I think the plow texture is amazing. Although I do need to figure out where on earth he's hidden it. Yeah, that is amazing texture. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh ho ho ho, I found a problem with the map. Don't know how this wasn't picked up in testing. That is a little dip that prevents you from working that tiny little patch. That's why somebody has been spamming this entire stream so far and somehow hasn't got a timeout. How to make that texture cover the whole game, not just Oakfield? You'd have to edit your game files, which means you wouldn't have to. You wouldn't be able to play multiplayer anymore. What settings am I running? It's like medium, but I've got certain stuff turned up and certain stuff turned down. If you're spamming, I would have really noticed. Yeah. Just gonna do something real quick, because I need to do something else as well, actually, right now. But that was for spamming. Expert game. There we go. Wasn't used yet. My low tolerance for nonsense has captured another victim. Is the straw add-on worth getting? I'm gonna give you two answers here. Yes and no. Yes it is. No, it's not in its current form. Yeah, I was keeping track of what he was saying because I did notice he said one specific thing 3 or 4 times, and he grabbed my attention. Which is always a bad idea if you're trying to troll me. How did... Courseplay, how did you even do this? Courseplay's ineptness knows no bounds, I swear. Yeah, I'm not fun when I'm angry. Although lately I'm just trying to time people out instead of getting angry at them. You remove collisions with all those trees. Yes, or you could just cut them down, which is really tempting. By the way, I will time people out just for annoying me. Hey, VF. Like I'm not against that. Eep. Yep, that was inevitable. The music's on point today. Well done, Pretzel. If you're enjoying, by the way, please do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. On the road to... I guess the road to 10k. Oh, they were only at 7,300, but... like 10k is the next real landmark for me. You like the trees, they do something to the map. I think you can turn collisions off on them. Which playlist? EDM. It's got some good chill music, good upbeat stuff, nice mix. So what I think we're going to do next is... literally something. Probably get angry at the case. I think what we're going to do next is we're going to get the Valtra. And we're going to actually head back down towards field 34. Because there is a field there that can be bought, probably, with 400 grand. Using the happy station. Ah! Oh! Frame drops! That's a first. I'm willing to bet I know what's causing these. And it's nothing in this yard. It's probably the bloody compost master. When did I have Patreon? I've had it for several months now. So let's grab the Valtra. I don't use this thing as much as I'd like to. Oh, this thing has reverse steer, doesn't it? How is it? How do you get... is it Shift B? What's reverse steer? Oh, it's Control B. Whee! You're too many tractors together in the barn. FPS script should be preventing that. Actually, it might be the script activating that's causing it. Bale collector behind the lily small baler. That'd be nice. Be even nicer if we had a small baler in game by default. Bill told you that. Ah. It probably is too many tractors in the barn then. If you're getting frame issues, just drop some vehicles into weird places. Even if they're in a different yard completely, just drop them into weird places. What's my favourite mod? Even though I don't use it much, Seasons. Seasons is, I think, the greatest mod for Farm Sim. Nice to see a small bear in Star Game. Yeah, it really would. I'm kind of hoping Giants for FS19 have, especially seeing as they're bringing horses, a conventional baler, which is the small square baler. It is quite magnificently huge VFS. By the way, it's only there temporarily. I will be putting it into the other placeable area once I get it. I just don't have it yet. This placeable area is probably going to be like some small placeables. Possibly some like some solar panels. The solar panels is basically free money. You know, you pay your 250 grand. They pay themselves back pretty quickly. I want to do sugar beets, but it's like, I want to do sugar beets, but the field they're in, field 41, is massive. And I don't trust that to not be a pain in the rear end with MR. Walter looks like a bigger T7. It looks similar, but like, that's what I was saying earlier, Farming Man, is like tractors now, modern tractors all kind of have the same basic form as like rounded bonnet, check. Cab with rounded edges, check. You know, sides of cab are primarily window, check. There's nothing really different until you get to the fast tracks, which are genuinely different from... I don't have to my wheel. I couldn't find the little transformer thingy that changes the current from AC to DC for the wheel, because it had disconnected and my room was a mess, so it was under a pile of junk. So I got bored last night, tidied my room, and the wheel will be back for tomorrow's video, which I'll be recording after the stream. So I literally just need to tidy my desk off a small bit and the wheel can go on. And then just calibrate everything up and we'll be good to go. But the reason I'm not using it at the moment, there we go, English, is simply just because I was running late and didn't want to spend an extra 10 minutes calibrating the wheel. 200 grand, wow, okay, this is an expensive field. What's my favourite modded tractor? Mad XGS teed up. It's not much of an argument there for like what's my favourite. It's Mad XGS teed up. So this looks legit now. I think this density would give you this. Actually, probably more. Ooh. There's a little ridge off to the left that's pushing the combine. That is interesting. New excavator with tracks needs to be able to turn in place. Yes, but the problem is... Richard, you can't load Field 13 with Courseplay. There is a very simple solution, and I can tell you what it is. Hit load current field's edge path. Is it? Just cancel this. Yeah, calculate current field's edge path. Go into Field 13, just stand there with the tractor or whatever. Not in the island in the middle. Hit calculate current field's edge path, and then just number it as 13. And then hit add Field 13's edge path to list. Because there is a little bug with Courseplay that nobody knew about. Not even Oxygendavid, which is why it's happened. You did that and it does not do it. It should. Because, yes? Thank you. Change of plans. I was gonna go until 8, but I've just been handed delicious Chinese. So, in a change to my plans and advertised schedule, we're actually gonna end now so I can have some food. Because I'm hungry. Hey Sean! So I'm really sorry that I'm just kind of ending at a random time-ish. But I'm hungry.
Hello, Dave.
AJ the Best, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave, man. I was hoping you'd just say. It looks delicious. Yes, it does. I think that's green curry as well. Ooh. I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I'll be back I might try and stream for like an hour tomorrow. Before sim. If I'm up early enough to actually have some recording done. But I'm going to get everything set up after I've had my food, and then I'll record tomorrow's video, which I might do some harvesting. I was going to do something else. I might do some harvesting. But I'll leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Oakfield Farm. Until next time, stay safe and enjoy your delicious food if you're having some.
The top is lit.